My name is David Irving. I'm the founder and CEO of College Ready Math. And along with me today are my colleagues, Rick Burns and Mike Stocker. So we'll be speaking today. I'm going to go through a number of things, and then I'm going to turn that over to Mr. Burns. So first we'll go with the agenda, so we'll know what we'll be doing today. So we'll be speaking about a number of things, beginning of which is who we are. Who is College Ready Math? We'll talk about what is College Ready Math. We'll be discussing our supplemental algebra program. That's the main topic for today, and why it's been effective. And we'll also talk about how College Ready Math can help you as a college student. And then Mr. Burns will be giving a demonstration of College Ready Math, talking about a demo of the program itself, and then some additional information on our product. And if you have any questions, please post them in the chat room, and we will answer those questions at the conclusion of our presentation. So with that, we begin, our history, who we are. We've been providing educational services for over 20 years to students anywhere from pre-K straight through to college. We're one of the largest providers of instructional services on the East Coast. We have a very effective record of providing instructional services and instructional support and programs to the academic community. And we started College Ready Math around 2016, 2018. We just built it up until we acquired a curriculum, and we built this program up to what it is today. And we'll be discussing that program beginning with the next slide. So what is College Ready Math? It's a supplemental algebra tool designed specifically to fill in gaps in your learning. Now, for some of you, in high school, you may have had situations where you might have missed a day or two of school, and you didn't get the concepts that were being delivered that day, or you didn't understand those concepts as they were being delivered, and the class might have gone on from there without you getting a firm understanding of that particular concept. So we've designed this to fill in those gaps. So our whole purpose is to build a firm foundation of understanding, so that when it comes to algebra and going forward, if you take additional math courses like geometry or calculus or trigonometry or whatever course you take, you'll have a foundation based upon algebra skills. It's also a test prep program designed to help you to help students prepare for college math. It's a simplified way to learn complex algebra concepts, and we provide this visually. So you're able to see and learn these concepts simultaneously. So sometimes people learn better auditory, sometimes other ways. We want to give it to you in multiple ways so that you can thoroughly understand the concepts. So our program is divided, our supplemental algebra program is divided into 10 distinct sections. Each one addresses a different set of algebra concepts. Each section has diagnostic assessments, they have the micro video lessons, they have study guides, and they have practice quizzes. And we'll be going through that in the following slides one by one. So the diagnostic assessments, we have the brief pre-assessment. It will identify the lessons you will need in order to improve your algebra skills. So you take that pre-assessment, you understand what you need in order to improve your skills. And then we provide you at the conclusion of the section with a post-assessment. And that will determine how much you have improved and measure your understanding of the concepts that were identified and addressed in those lessons. The video lessons themselves, we have 65 of them. They're very easy to understand. We design them specifically to be understandable, to be engaging, and to capture your attention and your interest, but most importantly, to be effective. So that, again, if you had any concepts you didn't understand or didn't learn when you were in high school, we want to get that to you as quickly as possible, but we want to do it in a manner that allows you to understand it and to grasp that information. We give you one concept per lesson. So we don't try to overload you. Just one concept per lesson. And it's delivered in bite-sized chunks. What do I mean by bite-sized chunks? I mean 5 to 7 minutes. Boom, that's it. You get that lesson, a video lesson in 5 to 7 minutes. It's accessible anytime, anywhere, on any device, whether it's your smartphone, whether it's your laptop or tablet or desktop or Xbox or even a PlayStation. So any device, anywhere, anytime. We also provide you with study guides. Now, these study guides will list the objectives for each of the lessons. It will identify them, and then they will explain each concept, a concept for each of the lessons in greater detail. So again, as I mentioned, some people learn best visually, some auditory. So no matter which way you learn best, we have something for you. So you can read this study guide after you've viewed the lesson or even before. We provide you with examples of the problems with step-by-step solutions. So you can see how solutions are worked through. We provide practice problems for you to solve on your own. Now, those practice problems, we provide an answer key to ensure that you can determine whether you're on the right track or not. At the conclusion of each of the lessons, there's a short 5-question online quiz. And we give you hints. If you have difficulty, we provide hints that will help you to solve each of the problems addressed in identified in the quiz. So we have a whole host of ways to ensure that you get the best understanding of each of the concepts. So why is it effective? What is it about College Ready Math that makes it effective? Well, no matter where you are in your college career, what year you are, we can help you. If you need help, for example, with functions, you can jump right to functions. So in addition to identifying where your areas of need are, you can also, if you know your areas of need, you can go directly to that particular section. This will save you time by focusing on where you need the help. It's concise, it's engaging, and as you'll see, it's very easy to understand. So we deliver information to you the way that you learn outside of the classroom. Now, how can it help you? So as I mentioned before, it allows you to focus on just one concept at a time, one concept per lesson. We give you step-by-step instructions. And each micro video can be completed in just a few minutes. And that's very important. I know how busy your time is. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Burns, and he's going to give you a demonstration of College Ready Math. Thank you. Rick, are you there?
Need to unblock my camera for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, thank you for taking the time to sit through this introduction of College Ready Math. Again, we know that your time is extremely valuable, and we want to make certain that you use it wisely. The key word that I want you to focus on from Mr. Irving's presentation is foundational skills. College Ready Math was built, created to give you that additional support you need in shoring up your foundational skills so that you are successful in any math class you take while in college. What you see on the screen is our dashboard. Each student is given a username and a password. Once you enter into our product, you will see this, this main dashboard where you have our lessons. There are 10 sections. There are 10 sections, and each section covers a particular topic that you might want to go through. The great thing about this is that you can jump around. You don't have to go in order. You don't have to start with 1 and work your way through 10. But if you believe that you might need help in linear equations, then again, you can jump right to that section. You can spend time in that section, shoring up your skills so that it can help you improve what's happening in your math class. As Mr. Irving said, if you need help in functions, well, jump right to the last section and do the function review lessons there. I'm going to demonstrate share with you one of our sections, and I'm going to use section 6, exponents and radicals. And so if you were doing this lesson, you would simply click on view, and here you have the course content, what's covered in section 6 of our product, exponents and radicals. As Mr. Irving said, you start with a short diagnostic assessment. Your time is valuable. We don't want you wasting time covering concepts that you've already mastered, that you already know. And so this diagnostic assessment will help you, will aid you getting right to the information you need. So after completing the assessment, I'm going to show you, to save time, I went through and I completed this diagnostic assessment. And as you can see, I did not pass. I scored a 40. And so we have each of the examples here, each of the questions here that were on the diagnostic assessment for this section. Since I did not pass, that is an indication to me that I might want to review this section. And so what's great about this is that we tell you with these little orange sunshine bubbles here, what sections you need to focus on. And so again, you may not need them all. You may need 1 or 2, but that little orange flashlight light bulb tells you that this is an area that you need to focus on. And so, for example, I'm going to look at section lessons, additional laws of exponents. Again, I click on it here. The first thing is the video. We give you a lesson summary, what's covered in this video, the objectives for this video, and the prior knowledge that's needed. Again, our job is to help shore up those foundational skills as quickly as possible, because we know your caseload, your course load, your time is very valuable. Each video is between 5 and 7 minutes. This particular video on additional laws of exponents is about 6 minutes. So I'm going to play a couple of minutes for you so you can get a flavor of how our videos are created.
Welcome to College Ready Math's Additional Laws of Exponents. Now, we've already seen how to simplify monomials that have negative exponents. So here's an expression that includes a negative exponent. One way to simplify is to rewrite the expression with positive exponents. So C and D squared already have positive exponents, so we don't need to change them, but we'll move D to the numerator and make its exponent positive. Now we can rewrite the 1 in the denominator, or we can drop it. Now we can add the exponents of D. 2 plus 3 is 5. The answer is CD to the 5th. Each base appears only once, and all the exponents are positive, so the expression is simplified. We say it's in standard form. The rules for working with exponents are not difficult, as long as we're careful when we're working with negative signs. So keep that in mind when you simplify these three expressions. Now they look similar, but we'll see that after simplifying, they're very different. In the first expression, both bases have negative exponents. We can move each to the opposite part of the fraction. We can change the sign of their exponents. In standard form, we have b cubed over a squared. In the second one, b already has a positive exponent, so it'll stay exactly where it is. So we'll move a to the denominator, and its exponent will become positive. We must write the 1 in the numerator since there are no other numbers or variables left there. In standard form, we'll have 1 over a squared times b cubed. And in the last expression, a has a positive exponent, so it will stay in the numerator. B will move to the numerator, and its exponent will become positive. In standard form, we have a squared times b cubed. And so far, we've seen negative exponents and positive exponents. Now, we can also have an exponent of 0. And when we do, we have to simplify. Suppose we have x squared divided by x.
And so that's an example of one of our short videos that, again, gives you the concept in simple terminology. It gives it to you in bite-sized chunks. It shows you examples how to complete it, again, so that you can review those foundational skills that's needed to be successful in college math. After looking at the video, and again, the great thing about a video, you can fast forward, you can go back, you can stop, you can do it at your own speed, anytime, anywhere that you need to review this concept. And after you have reviewed the video, you might say, you know what, I need a little bit more. And so thus we've included our study guide. Again, each section, each lesson comes with a study guide. This study guide gives you the objectives, the prior knowledge that's needed, and a lesson summary. So if you want to go into a little greater detail on a particular topic, our study guide is a great tool. The great thing about our product is that you don't have to go through the study guide. If you have mastered the concept, if you've gotten the concept by reviewing the video, then there's no need for you to use the study guide. But if you need some additional help in shoring up those foundational skills, here's the place for you to go. We have a lesson summary that takes you through the concept that's being presented. And remember, we do one concept at a time. So you're not going to be overwhelmed with multiple concepts. After you've reviewed the summary, we do a few examples with you, for you, just to make certain you understand what's being presented. And then we give you about 4 practice problems so that you can practice the concept, practice the skill that was presented to make certain that you understand it. And certainly we give you the answers. We don't want you to go away not knowing it. So we give you the answers for those practice problems. That's in our study guide. So you have the video, which is 5 to 7 minutes. You have the study guide that you can use at your leisure. And then after you've done that, we want to give you a practice test. We want to see how much you have mastered, how much you have learned. And so again, in the same time, I've gone through and I've completed my practice quiz at the end of this lesson. And as you can see, I got a score of 80%. And with each question, I want you to note that you are given a hint. And so it reminds you what you did. It reminds you of the skill that was presented and give you some idea of how to work it out. So each question, and here's the one where I got it incorrect, and it tells me negative exponents move to the other side of the fraction bar to become positive. And so we wanted to make certain that we just didn't want to tell you right or wrong, but we wanted to give you a hint to help you along the way. And so you have the video, you have the study guide, and then we give you practice questions. After you've completed the section, after the entire section is completed, you have a post assessment that you can complete, just again to check in to see if you've gotten those skills that were covered in that particular section for your need. And so again, user-friendly, bite-sized chunks. It's a tool, ladies and gentlemen, for you to use. You don't have to go through every lesson. You don't have to watch every video, but whatever you need In order to be successful in your current math class, College Ready Math is the perfect tool for you. Also, we have a glossary of terms. Again, some of you had algebra, and these concepts were covered years ago, maybe 2, maybe 3 or more years ago. We have included a glossary of terms for you to go back and refresh and review for your help. At this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Irving. Dave?
Okay, thank you very much, Rick. I appreciate that. It was a wonderful presentation. So now you have it. You've gotten a pretty good understanding of who we are, of what we do, of how College Ready Math works and how it can help you. And keep in mind, please, that we created this for you. This is something that allows for your busy schedule, but allows you to continue in your studies and learn our product at the same time. So you don't have to interrupt your studies to focus on a concept. We provide it to you. So this is whether you're working in the classroom, whether you're in the lab, whether you're working from your dorm or from home, this can help you.